While we're here, shall we take care of that other task we were entrusted with as well?
It seems we must venture to Trevo Mine. I believe it lies to the northwest of Vernworth. Follow me. I will guide you to the location.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
Ah, excellent find.
I like to come here when I need a minute to think.
Those new recruits could be better.
If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
So, you've come. Captain Brant bade me allow you passage.
Are the new recruits back away?
I'll sleep like a log tonight.
I really would have been better off a baker.
A welcome respite from all that hustle and bustle.
My sword arm could use some work.
Those recruits
I'd sooner stay back to where it's possible. I'm in fine fettle today.
Would that such peace? Sure, why up
I've got to focus. The shift's only just begun.
Seems my feet always lead me here.
If I don't have enough to make something
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few. Now here's a surprise.
The thrill of discovery never gets old. Huh. I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
Where's the dead calling?
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Tell is, Vermund was once a bee-strong kingdom.
Truly.
Indeed, though it is not widely known among the common folk.
Everyone's busy with their own affairs.
A pleasant spot to while away an afternoon.
silence. A welcome respite from all that hustle and bustle.
I'd sooner stay out of battle where it's possible.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for? Me off my feet.
I'll take any chance not to go.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle.
'Tis a pleasure to meet you.
'Twill be a joy to serve one so gallant.
Here's a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
We ought to put it to good use.
Dusting. What else to do?
Nice to see everyone out and about.
All this hustle and bustle.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tail bite.
I've little enough gold to spend as tears.
Spend the noon in dreams. We found a chest. Let us examine what it has to offer.
Off to market I go.
Wait for the nearest whip.
Something's sweeping me off my feet.
Try all I might. I can't get the salt off my polished it this morning.
Market rate.
Should I get up to today? New days, the chance to turn a
How might I be of
What did you think of that story? 'Twas well told and all, but not particularly exciting, eh? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hear bandied about the tavern every other night, isn't it? I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. Haven't learned much, that's for sure. And by the look of it, he doesn't appear to be making much for his efforts, neither. So where's...
Now, there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
If I'm to put bread on the table.
We must rest. I return safe and sound.
Good morrow, everyone.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I am full of vim and vigour.
That's it! I've had enough! Clear off! And don't come back till you're ready to do business properly!
But I've got the coin, I swear it. I simply just...
Where is it then, eh? Bring the coin, all of it, or I'll call the sentinels on you again. Are we clear?
'Tis uncommon for a lad of his age.
Hmm? Oh, 'tis you. You're the good sir who aided me in Melve. Thank you again, sir. You don't know how grateful I am to you.
Well met, sir. Forgive my presumption, but were you the one who gave my granddaughter that medicine in Melve? I thought so. She's not stopped talking of her adventure since she arrived home. You have my sincerest thanks for aiding her. That girl's always running off on some fool's errand or other, for all my chiding. Once she gets an idea under her bonnet, there's simply no talking her out of it. Now listen, 'tisn't much, but I'd fain offer you a discount on my wares. Pray, make good use of it, won't you?
Over here, if you would.
Oh, 'tis you. You're a welcome sight. Forgive my boldness, but I've a small favor to ask of you. Would you be willing to lend me some gold? I swear you'll be repaid in full. Are you sure? Oh, many thanks. I shall repay you anon, you've my word.
Not you again! I thought I made myself quite clear.
Ah, but I've brought the gold this time. I assume that changes things.
Oh, well, if you've got the gold, then you're welcome to spend it. This is the one you've been eyeing, isn't it? Go on then, take it.
My thanks. I finally have what I came for, and worry not, you'll have your coin back in good time, I promise you.
He seems a young man of decent character. I believe his promise to repay you was a genuine one. It seems we must venture to Trevo Mine. I believe it lies to the northwest of Vernworth. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
One couldn't ask for better weather. I've high hopes for today's adventure.
As well that you are in good spirits. So long as you are ready when it counts.
Right you are. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
We must not let down our guard.
That was hard won.
We are to retreat, then?
I'll redeem myself yet.
Thank you for healing me, Elizabeth.
Falter not, and our foe shall soon be vanquished.
The battle rages on. Do not let down your guard.
What's this all about?
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Save you!
Go where your help is needed.
Master, watch out!
No stumbles! Just one more push to bring it down! Try fast and true, and our quarry shall fall!
Might I lend a hand?
My thanks! Certainly worth a try.
Yes, of course. I see it now.
Most empty.
Ah, a material. Useful things, these.
Look, Master! Goblins!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Times must be tedious if you've resorted to challenging beasts to bouts.
Ought not to be so careless.
Did anyone else see that? Orc catches the light.
We ought to take a closer look.
Well, that wasn't the coming out of vision. I knew there would
Look yonder, toward the sea. I espy a distant shore. If memory serves, there is another place we were to visit not far from here.
Perhaps we ought to go there first. What say you, Arisen?
This ladder can take us to new heights.
Ah, excellent find.
Greeting. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist. You with simply say,
Do come again!
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour... of need, Martin. I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. Tis a pleasure to meet you.
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance.
I'm only glad to have proven my worth.
If we share our strengths, we can begin formulating a strategy that caters to our respective skills.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I know precisely when a curative is needed.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those. In my
Very well, I shall lend you my aid. You...
A well-organized pack is my speciality.
I dare say I've accomplished a few
If
feats
ever
to
you'd
be
need an ear to listen, you... A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness
Greeting. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught, I'm
always a pleasure.
This might be worth a read.
Let's have a look then.
Always a fresh breeze blowing.
Must remember to dust the shelves. All the gold I can while I'm here.
Can't help but talk in a whisper.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the... Good morrow, everyone.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
Gather round. We meet again. Truth be told, I was hoping we might. Would you care to stay and talk a moment? I'm glad. Sit down, won't you? I'm rather fond of this place. I ne'er imagined a city could be like this. So full of excitement, so alive. And how could I have? In all my life, I've hardly left the palace. My mother is quite strict. You understand. Oft did I long for a taste of normal life. Even aught as simple as going shopping for myself. My mother has always procured the things I covet for me, so to pick out an item and obtain it with my own hands held a certain appeal. Which reminds me, I owe you a debt. I fear I cannot repay the full sum all at once. I have rather little in the way of spending money. Pray, take this for now. You'll have more when next we meet. My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope we'll see each other anon. Till then, farewell.
Fancy a look at my wares?
This town must like this. Good day, sir. What might you be looking for? I'll sleep better left.
Have we purchased all that we require? We ought to review the contents of our packs just to be sure. That reminds me. The pawns here are all men, I notice.
'Tis surely a coincidence. Don't make such a fuss. It seems we must venture to Trevo Mine. I believe it lies to the northwest of Vermont. Friend, allow me to show you the way.
Guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Nicely timed! I can do no less than service to the original. Well said. Many thanks for healing me, prisoner. My knowledge from other worlds tells me that a forgotten riftstone lies near here. Shall I lead the way? Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
We must not let down our guard.
Well done, Master!
Really? What are you doing?
You ought not to be so careless. I say it, we trounced our foe well and true.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
'Tis in cavern. Such as these that monsters thrive.
Narrow passages may await us. Be on your guard.
By your leave.
At once, Master.
To charge ahead may be to rush headlong into danger. Let us take care to move as one.
Naught can threaten us if we watch each other's backs.
Britain has been torched! Quick! Douse the flames!
Thank you. I am in your debt.
No harm shall come to you!
I am grateful. You can count upon me to return the favor.
Never you fret. We all have our moments.
skillful bit of thievery. You do your vocation proud.
This ends here!
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it? Oi, you there!
Not bad! I can do no less than service to the Arisen.
Splendid.
That's what I'm talking about!
Tis done.
You've a strong arm. The goblins are well routed. You have my thanks. 'Twas a simple patrol mission, till we walked into their ambush. Those cursed things caught us entirely unawares. I don't know where we'd be if you hadn't come along. I pray you'll let me repay the favour, if e'er there's a chance.
I've just had a thought. Every master I've ever served has favoured... different tactics. One party I joined consisted only of ranged specialists.
Fascinating.
By your leave, Arisen.
Are we to remain here?
With the ferry stone in hand, we can travel wheresoever we please.
'Tis not an item to be squandered.
Pick up every little thing you find and your pack will soon outweigh you. Well, I know it, yet I can't...
Out of the cave at last.
Such dark depths take their toll on the spirit.
True enough. Here we go again.
Battle cannot be avoided. Tis fight or die.
I am well aware of the particulars.
I think not.
Ah, that's better. Many thanks. Our results are awaited. What say we make our report? With this, the weapons we sought are all accounted for. Shall we present them to Sir Klaus? Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Foremost priority is to douse those flames.
Would you mind coming over here? And I shall remain by your side.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Follow me, if you would.
Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
Shall we set it rolling? Very well. I shall return.
The walls are too close for comfort here. Should we encounter trouble, we'd be at a disadvantage.
Let us proceed with caution. Eyes peeled, ears pricked. This seems a decent spot for a campsite. Surely a rest can wait till after we've examined our surroundings. We've a choice of where to go, but how to know the path best travelled? With this, the weapons we sought are all accounted for. Shall we present them to Sir Klaus? If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you see. They're in your hands. I'm coming, Master! Defend the arisen!
Many thanks for healing me, Arisen.
Seems we have enraged our foe. I can use their range to our advantage.
By all means. We must employ every tool and tactic at our disposal.
Yes, of course. I see it now. Well done. Thank you kindly. I did not mean to trouble you.
Stand firm! You must not let down your guard, even for a moment.
Thrown off balance.
There is no better time to strike.
Strike fast, tree, and our glory shall fall.
Don't invade like worthwhile, won't you?
I'm alive, at least.
Teach him a lesson he will soon forget.
Then I shall remain by your side. Arisen, we ought to heal ourselves while we've the chance. We fight. To arms.
Understood.
You're soaked.
Do try not to catch cold.
That was a skillful bit of thievery. You do your vocation proud.
You truly are formidable, Arisen.
Master, I discovered a treasure chest hereabouts during my last journey beyond the rift. Shall I guide you to it? Is that a statue I espy over yonder?
We ought to take a closer look.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
Tis a remarkable treasure we found.
A fitting reward for a rigorous search.
Oh, you've come to a dangerous place. Scaly beasts make this their den. We've been dispatched to cull them. A small force ventured inside, though I've seen neither hide nor hair of them since. Seems the battle is hard won. I'll not stop you if you wish to explore, but don't look for my aid if aught goes awry.
It is hard to find my footing in this darkness.
Fine. There's a haze over my eyes. Can anyone hear me? We need help. I don't want to fall here.
Damn blizzard. Is this where I'm to draw my last? Consarn it!
Dry off as soon as you can. Tremendous work! Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
Well done!
It seems to me we'll find some rare materials here.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
The weapons we sought are all accounted for. Shall we present them to Sir Clout?
I know where to find the person you're looking for. You're in your hands. That's right.
Thank you for healing me.
Keep on the move, and I'll strike them down. We are at our best when we combine our strength.
Tis done.
Well said.
You're not one of ours. Have you come to save us? Forgive me. I cannot seem to walk of my own accord just now. Would you aid me in reaching the entrance?
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
Let us take care when and how we put them to use.
Heed your senses. If aught feels out of place, it could very well be a trap.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
Oh, well spotted. Indeed. Good on you for being so observant.
went in there to save my fellow soldiers. Well now, I underestimated you, friend. I shall send word of your deeds to the captain. You've done well this day. I thank you. We'll see to the rest of this mess. You need not trouble yourself further.
Hold, sir. I'd rethink pressing onward if I were you. The village is crawling with saurians. Forgive me. I didn't mean to startle you. I used to call this place home, you see, in times more peaceful. You're the Arisen, are you? Well, that's something. We were hoping to reclaim our village, but it doesn't seem we'll have much luck. We fled when the dragon attacked some days past, thinking we'd return once the baleful thing was gone. Easier said than done, clearly. In our absence, a basque of saurians have made our homes their own. What are we to do? The guards not like to send soldiers all the way out here. But mayhap they needn't at all. You are the Arisen, aye? Could we trouble you to aid us in our hour of need? Please, sir, do something, anything about the saurians infesting our village.
Saurians abound, Master. Be on your guard.
Careful now.
Saurians, Master!
I am honored to be close to your side, Arisen. You're soaked. Do try not to catch cold. That is a skillful bit of deed. Keep your vocation proud. Thank you. I am in your debt.
Shall we report our results?
Is the deed done, good Arisen? We shall all be able to return to our homes at last. I can hardly wait to bring these tidings to the other villagers. I dare say we'll have this place livable again ere long. I cannot thank you enough. Long will you be known as a friend to our village. If you happen to pass by, do come visit us, won't you? I should like for you to see this place as 'twas afore the dragon's attack. For your sake, as well as ours, we'll do our utmost to see the village restored.
With this, the peril has passed. Still, perhaps we ought to visit the village again anon, just to be certain.
You have my support.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
It gladdens the heart to see so many smiles about.
Lots to do.
I just know it.
Very well. I shall return.
Good tidings, sir. How fares your retrieval of those plundered weapons? Oh-ho! You have procured an archer staff, I see. Most excellent. You may now change your vocation to sorcerer, if it pleases you, sir. However, if you wish to register as a warrior instead, you will need to acquire a great sword. Good tidings, sir. How fares your retrieval of those plundered weapons? Marvelous! You have acquired both an archer staff and a great sword. You may now change your vocation as desired, sir. What's more, I bear glad tidings. 'Twould seem our arms shortage is at an end. I dare say the armory will be resupplied anon.
It's done at last. What I wouldn't give for a rest.
Agreed. I'm in need of a reprieve myself.
True enough. I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military.
Yeah. Indeed. Tell us there's been a shift in the chain of... command.
Shall we get some rest then? There's a ladder here.
Intuition, I suppose. Say, you're not from round here, are you? Are you a traveler? Have you seen many places? How I envy you. This city is all I know. I long to learn more of the outside world, but Mother won't allow it. She's always telling me how dangerous it is beyond the palace walls. But that only makes me question her judgment all the more. After all, if the world truly is so perilous, what of the lives of our people? They must be fraught with uncertainty, subject to harsh conditions. It seems unfair that I alone should be shielded from that reality. But listen to me waffling on. Ah, I almost forgot. Here, I brought more of the money I owe you. I should have the remainder ready by our next meeting. My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope we'll see each other anon. Till then, farewell.
A treasure chest! Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for? Wait to see what the day holds.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Fewer monsters.
This ox cart's bound for the checkpoint rest town. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
I lament this calling I've chosen at times.
Wonder if there's any easier work to shake things up.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have seen a pretty stone lying about, would you? One befitting the name the Jadeite Orb. 'Twas stolen from me while I was delivering it, and if Master Everard should find out, he'd wring my neck. 'Tis no exaggeration. He's had people killed afore, more than a few at that. To be quite truthful, I'd intended to sell off the Jadeite Orb and quit this place for good. Working under a man such as him, I'd only get chewed up till he decided to spit me out. That jewel was my last hope. Now it's gone. Unless you were to find it for me. Would you, sir? Oh, pray do a poor man a kindness.
The Jadeite Orb could be anywhere now. Perchance we ought to speak with someone who has experience in...
Reckon your trade towns can make you right sick of... crowds, but here, at leisure doing business with you.
Have a gander at my wares. Shan't regret it. Hope to see you again ere long.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
Welcome, sir. Contrary to the... If you think me a liar, then buy something and see that... Ah! I see you desire one of my masterpieces. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience is all I ask. Many thanks to you.
The Jadeite Orb is safely in hand.
Greetings. You are the Arisen, are you not? Tell is you travel quite a bit. Tell me, in your comings and goings, did you happen to encounter a man by the name of Offulv? He seems to have vanished while in possession of a treasure known as the Jadeite Orb. My fellow merchants are scouring the city for him as we speak, but have had no luck as yet. And if I may be candid, our primary concern is not the merchant, but rather the orb. 'Tis an item of precious importance to myself and my partners, you see. I must see it reclaimed, post-haste. And in my hour of need, who should wander by but the good Arisen? What say you, sir? Would you be so kind as to seek out the Jadeite Orb on my behalf? You will be rewarded handsomely for your service. Of that I can assure you. So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the Jadeite Orb? Very well. Pray continue your search. May it bear fruit anon.
Well, there's always demand for weapons. particularly near the... Do come again?
Lost track of time.
Something smells divine. Well, let's hold out. How might I be of service? Welcome, sir. After all, 'tis folly to linger on a single vote. When the rest do come again.
I'm sure I can handle this.
I must be pretty kind with me.
Reckon your trade towns can make you right sick of crowd.
We must rest. Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
A new day, a new perspective.
Battle is upon us! Bit of thievery. You do your vocation proud.
I shan't let them harm you.
Well done, Master! We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might. Would anyone care to push?
master must hear of this tactic.
Now that is a surprise.
I'd wager our merry band can handle whatever comes.
Capable comrades are a boon indeed.
Never would have expected to find a cave in a place like this.
It is an exciting discovery, but we ought not to lose our heads.
Go again.
Battle cannot be avoided. Tis fight or die.
By your means.
I will protect you. Thank you for healing me, Arisen.
This ends here!
Was a glorious success! Let us aim for greater precision with our next attempt.
Now, what might that be? We ought to take a closer look.
and I shall strike them down.
We are at our best when we combine our strength.
Let me get 'tis uncommonly rare, this. I look forward to informing my own master of its finding when I return beyond the rift. That's a rare find. Fortune smiles upon us this day.
We must take proper care of it.
Now that is a surprise.
Now here's a surprise. A splendid discovery.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
And I shall remember.
Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
Would anyone care to push?
I've got wares of every ilk. Pleasure doing business with you.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Welcome, sir. After all, 'tis folly to linger on a single... vocation when there are so many, always a pleasure.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
It's no easy thing.
I gotta get to work.
Reckon your trade towns can make you right sick of crowds, but here, at least you'll find a bit of peace and quiet.
We must rest, though the sun is...
Interested in my wares?
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come. We've much to be getting on with. Feeling rested?
Trust?
Oi, you there! You've just arrived in town, haven't you? I don't mean to pry, only it's my grandson, a boy by the name of Rog. He's gone missing. Pray tell, have you seen the lad?
Morris, I've just found out Roger's been abducted by beasts.
What? No! How can that be?
I've just heard news. Rog was seen being dragged off by wolves.
Oh, my poor boy. We must go rescue him at once.
Morris, think what you're saying, friend. We can't go charging off after the lad. We are no match for such creatures.
Do you truly expect me to do naught but twiddle my thumbs when my only grandson's been taken from me? The soldiers won't do aught for him, will they now? Consarn it all. He's right. But what else am I to do? If I do not hasten to the poor lad's aid, who will? Do you truly mean that, sir? You will save my grandson. If you return him to me, I will be forever in your debt, stranger.
Shall we seek some answers?
Have you come from Vernworth? How are things there? The ancient battleground to the north is overrun with hordes of fell beasts, and so little are survivors anticipated that you'll find not even a checkpoint here. In times past, 'twas safe enough a night, when the monsters sleep, but no longer. Since a few days past, skeletons and phantoms have made this their nightly battleground. 'Tis nigh impassable now. It could be that aught's befallen the cenotaph. I'd heard the spirits had calmed somewhat since 'twas erected. Say, if I cannot dissuade you from traversing the ancient battleground, would you consider passing by the cenotaph and making sure aught's aright with it?
Ox carts make for relative...
Poor Rog. He truly is a lovely boy. He's always helping Morris in his shop. And he's delivered me my remedies many a time. Once, he even picked some flowers on his way and put them up for me. All pretty like. I still recall his smile when he told me about the beautiful flower bed he tends to on the outskirts of town. Oh, Rog, will I e'er see your smile again? I suppose I can only hope.
Aye, I met Roger by the cenotaph, on the eastern side of town. He had what looked like a bundle of grass with him, only he was carrying it as though 'twere of the greatest import. When I asked what he was doing with it, he would say no more than 'twas a secret. So I told him to get home safe, and we parted ways. Yet no sooner had I turned my back than I heard him scream. I charged to his aid, but a wolf was already scarpering with him and its jewels. Poor lad. His cries haunt me even now. Pray help him if you can, sir. He deserves a better fate than this.
The flowers that bloom around here glow come nightfall. From what I can glean, the petals absorb the sun's light by day and release it after dark. Isn't that unusual? Nature works in mysterious ways.
Very well. I shall return.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? Rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour. That was a skillful bit of thievery. You do your vocation proud.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside. Most impressive, Master. Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues. You truly are formidable, Arisen.
Have you taken leave of your senses, Arisen? Continue our onslaught and the behemoths soon topple.
Fight fast and true, and our quarry shall fall!
Have enraged our foes. Why do we not use their rage to our advantage? Understood.
Look there. I espy another statue.
I can foresee no reason not to go see it up close.
Arisen, we ought to heal ourselves while we have the chance.
We fight. To arms!
Understood. Excellent! I could have done no better!
Focus. Battle continues.
Splendid.
We ought to keep watch, lest we... be set upon from behind.
Oh. It was a trick of the light.
What's going on? How did I get here? I remember. The wolves. How is it I'm still alive? You saved me. Didn't you, sir? I can hardly believe it. Thank you. I would not be standing here without you. How did you know where I was? Did Grandfather request your help? I suppose he must be worried sick about me. If it's all the same to you, sir, I think I'd like to go home now.
Making our report ought to be our next priority. I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Oxcart was beset by assailants it could not shake. And this is the result.
The work of goblins, mayhap. Careful now.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
Here we go again.
We fight. To arms.
Understood.
And I shall remain by your side.
I think not.
So close a call offers no solace in victory. What fails to destroy us only enhances our chances against future adversaries.
Only nobles and merchants are worth the trouble.
Nothing left. Time to move on.
That was a skillful bit of thievery. Do your vocation proud.
Only nobles and merchants are worth the trouble. Here's hoping I can find myself an easy mark.
Thank you. I am in your debt.
Tremendous work! Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
I pray my efforts aid your cause.
Very well. I shall return.
Forever if I could.
Might as well take a look while you're here. Many thanks. Rog? Rog, Is that you, my boy?
Hello, grandfather.
'Tis a miracle. You're alive and in one piece. Oh, joy of joys! I thought ne'er to lay eyes on you again.
Grandfather, you're smothering me.
Oh, hush. You don't get to complain of such things after you worried me half to death.
I'm very sorry, grandfather. I didn't mean to cause you grief.
And you? Words alone will ne'er be enough to express the depth of my gratitude. I am truly in your debt. Pray, take this. 'Tis naught but a trifle in comparison to your kindness, but I hope you will accept it all the same. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for saving me.
That was certainly worthwhile. A job well done.
We mustn't grow complacent, but steel ourselves for the trap.
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy. The item you requested is complete. Here you are, sir. Use it well. Hope to see you again.
Welcome, sir. After all, 'tis folly to... linger on a single vocation. Do come again. Welcome, sir. After all, 'tis folly to linger on a single vocation. Do come again.
What am I supposed to do?
Wonder if there's anyone to polish up my gear for tomorrow.
My legs. Clouds, but here, at least, pleasure doing business with you.
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little many thanks to you.
Mind than mine to solve. Reckon your trade towns can make you right sick of.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared.
I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come. We've much to be getting on with. Feeling rested, I trust?
This ox cart's bound for Vernworth. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier. Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
That's quite enough. You're nothing. You hear me? Nothing.
If you want to leave, you've got to fight for it, Calvin.
What are you waiting for? Now's the time!
Shit!
We'll pull through yet.
Oh, where that came from?
And I shall remain by your side.
am I supposed to do? Take it easy today.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
Hoi, friend! Have you any time for me today? I dare say we're overdue another talk. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets, and I wanted to share it with you. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives. It seems a simple observation, I know, but to me, 'twas a revelation, for it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be wheeled about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will. Here is the last of the gold I owe you. Pray forgive me for making you wait for it. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
True enough.
Good tidings, friend. How have you been keeping? As for me, I made the most of my week-long sojourn. One might even say I enjoyed myself overmuch. You see, I grew so fond of the destination my feet carried me off to, methinks I should like to live there. And that's when I thought, mayhap you've grown just as fond of this dwelling. Fond enough to purchase it from me? I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocation costs to consider, but I'd sell it to you cheap as I can afford. Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our deal as I am. This little dwelling's all yours now. Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend. Farewell.
Boots lace, belt strapped. I'm ready for patrol. Lots to do.
Dead on my feet.
Oh. What does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
I'm a tad preoccupied just now.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be... Glad to assist you.
Always a pleasure.
Peruse at your leisure.
I'm dead on my feet.
Going, Snoop?
Tell is, Vermund was once a beast drinking.
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by master storyteller.
Oi there, friend. Care to help a fellow out? All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my ox cart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melv again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melv. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in you. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, but I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station to wait. And mind you don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice, and I would advise against trying any funny business. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see, in case it encounters any monsters out on the road. So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up with them. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard, then come find me when the job's done. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
We ought to see this to its destination. It would seem we've a need to visit the palace.
Apologies, but I can't offer you a...
Over here, if you please. We're to see this letter to Sir Leonard in Melve. Shall we board the ox cart as directed, Master?
This ox cart's bound for Melve. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
Hey!
The paths to victory are myriad. That strategy never would have occurred.
Now that is a surprise.
Many thanks for healing me, Arisen.
It's this way. Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Hale, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding, a task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering. Aye, what can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margaret, you say? 'Tis a fair way you've come, then. My thanks. She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn of every season.
We'd best report back. Fine place to harvest some ingredients. Shall we see if there's more to be found while we're here?
That Lady Margaret's a kindly sort. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the saurian's nest, and your task is done.
Now we're to throw a jar of poison. Be sure to handle it with care, Master.
Well done, Master. Those Saurians shan't dare approach the village for some time, thanks to your efforts.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
You've done as I asked, I see. Many thanks for your efforts. And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
'Tis done.
You've my gratitude for the work you've done for us this day. The rebuilding... That Lady Margaret's a kindly... You've my gratitude for the work you've done for us this day.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. I got my hopes up for naught. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I've seen no sign of him since. I'd go and search for him myself, only... it is a dangerous place. Understand? I'm not afraid of monsters, but 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir, I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone, go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I can see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't think I could plot it on a map, and 'tis hard to describe, but my brother and I are the only ones who use that path to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go, then. My life's in your hands, friend.
Let us make haste, that no life may be lost on our account.
Wish I didn't have to work to earn my bread.
Well met. Fulminous shield, eh? 'Tis a bargain, I reckon. I picked it up in Melve after the dragon attacked. Can't speak for its contents, but it certainly looks valuable. Pleasure doing business with you.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant. Our party is composed of quite a few men.
It's surely a coincidence. Don't make such a fuss.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support. I found some materials we could use to enhance our equipment. You can view their location on the map.
I don't like this place at all. This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us.
In another world, I learned that a forgotten rift stone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master? We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
I cannot fault your prowess.
I can do no less in service to the Arisen.
Well said.
That was superb, Arisen!
Can anyone hear me? Please!
Norbert, are you hurt?
Here!
That is a skillful bit of people. You do your vocation proud. Thank you. I am in your debt.
This one's ours, and make no mistake. I'd thought I was done for.
Ah, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Ah, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
We must proceed with caution, lest our charge come under attack.
I'll go and open the chest.
We've little need for a campsite at present.
'Tis enough to make camp only when the need arises.
I've a knack for gathering items.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. Even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert, and perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
With Sir Norbert safely returned, Melv shan't lack for medicinal herbs. Two good deeds in one, you might say.
This ox cart, I'll need to see some coin before I let you...
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Would allow us to save our strength, assuming we are not attacked, that is.
Ah, you've returned. How did you fare on the journey to Melv? Splendid! You've been an immense help, I must say. The cart reached its destination safe and sound, and from the tell of it, you even rid the road of a few monsters. You've certainly earned a reward, my friend. Here you are.
Ox carts seem a convenient choice. For longer journeys. I see no harm in making use of them as needed, Master.
You have my support. We must rest. Though...
Open your eyes, everyone. It is dark out, but our day begins.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Feeling rested, I trust?
If that is your destination...
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
Work as late as I used to. This is quite a quandary.
I'm tired of breaking my back for someone else. I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure.
'Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Lurking about.
I must be vigilant.
Some
The
skills
townspeople
can only be
depend on
honed
me.
on the battlefield.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape.
Sven, where have you been, Your Grace?
Forgive me. I thought a stroll might clear my head.
Got to satisfy my head will roll if aught goes awry.
I've not an inkling of what to do.
Sometimes I wonder if I've been on my feet all day. 'Tis our duty to see this peace.
My back's so stiff after a day.
'Tis good to be reunited.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Ah, excellent find.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak? There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermund. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope, to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that Your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Deeza is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I am able to offer, I bid you, take this.
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
There is much we ought to tend to. Do not forget that we will...
I sense eyes upon us.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you.
Always a pleasure.
Well met, sir.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Shall we get some rest then?
Good morrow, everyone.